What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel for another video where we're about to blow your minds and maybe creep you out a little, okay, a lot at the same time. Get ready because today we're diving deep, and I mean deep, into the world of the microscopic. We're talking about the tiny creatures and things that are all around us, on us, even in us, that you'd never even know were there. Until now. Buckle up because you're about to see the stuff nightmares are made of. Seriously, you'll wish you could unsee some of these. And make sure you stick around until the very end because the number one spot is the creepiest of them all. First up, we're starting with something that's probably chilling on your face right now. Dust mites. Yeah, you heard me right. These microscopic guys are literally everywhere, but they especially love hanging out in your bed. Think about that for a second. Your nice, cozy bed? It's crawling with thousands, maybe even millions of these little guys. And you can't even see them. They're like tiny, invisible ninjas, feasting on your dead skin cells while you sleep. And don't even get me started on what they look like under a microscope. Imagine a grotesque, eight-legged creature with pincers and a mouth that looks like it could eat through steel. Okay, I'm exaggerating a little, but trust me, they're not something you want to see up close. But here's the thing, you're looking at them right now. They're all over your screen, your keyboard, your clothes. They're inescapable. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Just try not to think about it too much. Or maybe sleep with a hazmat suit on from now on. Just kidding. Kind of. Next up, we're getting even more up close and personal. And when I say personal, I mean really personal. Meet the Demodex mite, your new best friend, whether you like it or not. These microscopic critters live in your hair follicles and pores, munching on your skin cells and oils. Sounds delightful, right? And here's the kicker, almost everyone has them. Yeah, you, me, your grandma, we're all just walking, talking mite hotels. But the real horror show begins when you stick these guys under a microscope. They look like translucent little worms with creepy crawly legs. Imagine a microscopic tick, but instead of burrowing into your skin and sucking your blood, it just kind of hangs out in your pores. They're like the ultimate freeloaders, living rent-free on your face and feasting on your dead skin. And the worst part? You can't even see them. They're just there, lurking beneath the surface, living their best microscopic lives. So the next time you look in the mirror, just remember, you're not alone. Those pores? Yeah, they've probably got a few Demodex roommates. Sleep tight. Okay, time to switch gears from the microscopic critters that are already on you to the ones that are dying to get on you bedbugs. But we're not talking about the creepy crawlies themselves. We're going even smaller, even more insidious bedbug eggs. These tiny, pearly white eggs are like ticking time bombs of itchy, uncomfortable misery. They're small, about the size of a pinhead, and they can be found in the most unexpected places. Mattress seams, behind picture frames, even in electrical outlets. Under a microscope, these eggs look harmless, almost cute, like miniature grains of rice. But don't let their innocent appearance fool you. Each one of those tiny eggs contains a baby bed bug just waiting to hatch and feast on your blood. Imagine hundreds of these tiny terrors hidden in the crevices of your mattress just waiting for you to drift off to sleep. Yeah, not a pleasant thought. So the next time you're staying in a hotel or even just crashing at a friend's place, remember? Those little white specks might not be what they seem. Sweet dreams. Ever feel like something's a little off in your house? Like something's watching you from the shadows? Well, it might just be mold spores. These microscopic ninjas are everywhere, lurking in damp corners, clinging to shower curtains, even floating in the air you breathe. And while some molds are harmless, others can be downright dangerous, triggering allergies and even causing respiratory problems. But the real nightmare fuel comes when you stick these spores under a microscope. They look like something straight out of a science fiction movie. Bizarre, otherworldly shapes with spiky protrusions and eerie, glowing colors. Imagine a microscopic dandelion gone wrong, with its seeds replaced by tiny, spiky balls of doom, or a miniature alien spaceship, ready to launch an attack on your sinuses. Yeah, mold spores are definitely not winning any beauty contests. The good news is, you don't need a microscope to know if you have a mold problem. That funky smell in your bathroom, the black spots on your shower curtain, those are all telltale signs that mold is alive and well in your home. Remember those bed bugs we talked about earlier? Well, meet their even more terrifying cousin, the flea. These tiny bloodsuckers are the ultimate parasites, jumping from host to host, feasting on blood and spreading diseases like it's their job. And trust me, they're really good at it. But the real horror show begins when you get a load of these guys under a microscope. They look like something straight out of a horror movie. Armored exoskeletons, piercing mouthparts, and powerful legs that can propel them up to 100 times their body length. Imagine a tiny six-legged tank, covered in spines and bristles, with a hypodermic needle for a mouth. Yeah, that's a flea for you. And don't even get me started on their jumping abilities. These guys can jump vertically up to 7 inches and horizontally up to 13 inches. That's like a human jumping over the Eiffel Tower. Okay, I might be exaggerating a little, but you get the point. Fleas might be tiny, but they're definitely not to be messed with. Okay, let's talk about something that's enough to make your skin crawl. Literally. Lice. These tiny insects are the stuff of nightmares, especially for parents of school-aged children. They're like tiny wingless vampires clinging to your hair and scalp, feasting on your blood and laying their eggs. And if that's not creepy enough, wait till you see them under a microscope. They look like something out of a horror movie, with their segmented bodies, claw-like legs, and piercing mouthparts. Imagine a tiny crab, but instead of scuttling sideways, it's crawling through your hair and sucking your blood. And don't even get me started on those eggs. They're called nits, and they look like tiny white dots glued to your hair shafts. Lice might be tiny, but they're incredibly resilient and contagious. They spread through head-to-head contact, shared hats or combs, basically anything that touches an infested head. So next time you feel an itch on your scalp, just hope it's not these guys. Now, we're diving deep into the aquatic world with a creature that's both fascinating and, freaky, the bloodworm. These little guys get their name from their bright red color, which comes from, you guessed it, their blood. But don't let their gruesome appearance fool you. They're actually an important part of the aquatic ecosystem, but under a microscope, those bloodworms are a whole different story. They look like something out of a sci-fi horror film, with their segmented bodies, tiny bristles, and creepy, wriggling movements. Imagine a miniature earthworm, but with a pulsating red vein running down its entire body. And those bristles I mentioned, they're not just for show. Bloodworms use them to burrow into mud and sediment, where they eat, well, whatever they can find. They might not be the cutest creatures on this list, but they're definitely one of the most interesting. Prepare yourselves because we're about to get really up close and personal with something you definitely don't want to find in your breakfast cereal tapeworms. These parasitic flatworms are the stuff of nightmares, living in the intestines of animals and humans, and sometimes growing to be several feet long. And the worst part, they can live inside you for years without you even knowing. But the real horror show begins when you zoom in on their segmented bodies under a microscope. Each segment, known as a proglottid, contains both male and female reproductive organs, and is basically a little egg factory. Imagine a long, ribbon-like creature made up of hundreds of these pulsating, egg-filled segments. Yeah, not a pretty picture. Tapeworms are usually spread through contaminated food or water, so always cook your meat thoroughly and wash your hands frequently. And if you think you might have a tapeworm, well, let's just say you're going to want to call your doctor. Next up, we're taking a look at a creature that's both adorable and terrifying, the tardigrade, also known as the water bear. These microscopic animals are practically indestructible. They can survive extreme temperatures, radiation, dehydration, even the vacuum of space. Tardigrades look like tiny, 8-legged teddy bears with scrunched-up faces and tiny claws. They're kind of cute in a weird way, like something you'd find in a Studio Ghibli film. But don't let their cuddly appearance fool you. These guys are survivors. They've been around for over 500 million years and they're not going extinct anytime soon. And for the grand finale, the moment you've all been waiting for, the #1 creepiest thing you should never see under a microscope, are you ready for it? Human skin cells with bacteria. You might think you're looking at a normal picture of skin, but zoom in a little closer. See those tiny squirming things? Those are bacteria, and they're everywhere. They're on your skin right now, crawling around, multiplying, and feasting on your dead skin cells. They're in your pores, your hair follicles, even your eyelashes. And there's nothing you can do about it. Okay, I'm being a little dramatic. Bacteria are a normal part of our lives, and most of them are actually beneficial. But that doesn't make them any less creepy to look at under a microscope. Well, there you have it. 10 creepy things you should never see under a microscope. Which one freaked you out the most? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more mind-blowing and sometimes slightly terrifying videos. Thanks for watching, and next time you go to sleep, try not to think about all those microscopic creatures crawling all over you. Sweet dreams.